You're dying right now, not someday, not in the distant future. Now. Every second that passes is one you'll never get back. So the question isn't if, it's how you're spending what's left. When we know our time is limited, when we know that we could be killed at any moment, we tend to value our time more. We tend to use our time more efficiently. We tend to focus on what really matters. And all of that leads us to living a more mindful life, a life filled with purpose, meaning, and value. If you want to live like this, then you have to accept one simple fact. You will die. This can be anything from spending more time with family, to traveling the world, to starting a business. Whatever it is, write it down. They make a plan, they're excited at first, but then they get distracted and they never take action. This isn't about focusing on the bad things in life. It's about making the most of the time that we have. The truth is, we don't know how much time we have left. We don't know when our time is going to run out. And that's why we need to focus on what really matters. And that's what Memento Mori is all about. But don't be that person. Take action today. Start working towards the things that matter most to you. Think about all the moments that you've lost. Now, I don't want you to feel guilty or ashamed for those moments. I want you to learn from them. I want you to use them as motivation to start living your life to the fullest. The fact is, we can't get those moments back. Can't undo the past. But we can focus on the present. We can focus on the now. It's about appreciating the time that you have and making the most of it. So I want you to go out there and start living your life to the fullest. Take risks, pursue your dreams, and never, ever give up. Because the only person who's going to regret it at the end of your life is going to be you. And we can make sure that we're living our lives to the fullest. Even if you don't make much progress, even if you only make 1% progress, that's still progress. And that's all that matters. YOLO means you only live once, but it also means you only live once. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Visualize that day in as much detail as possible. And then I want you to ask yourself, am I living my life in a way that's consistent with that vision? If the answer is no, then it's time to make a change. It's time to start living a life that's more true to who you are and what you want out of life. That means that every moment is an opportunity to start fresh, to make new memories, to create a new future. That's what we should focus on. By writing it down, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're telling yourself that these are the things that matter most to me, and I'm going to make sure that I make time for them. And you can start doing that by following these 3 steps. When we think about our own mortality, we tend to value our time more. And when we value our time more, we tend to waste it less. I want you to take a moment right now to close your eyes and think about the fact that you will die. Think about how long you have left to live. Think about the fact that you could be killed at any moment. Think about that for a few seconds. How does that make you feel? What do you realize in those few seconds? Maybe you realize that you need to start living your life to the fullest. Maybe you realize that you need to start taking more risks. Or maybe you realize that you need to start spending more time with the people who matter most to you. Whatever it is, I want you to hold on to that feeling, because that feeling is what's going to drive you to make changes in your life. Changes that will help you live a more mindful life. Step number 1, think about your own mortality. This might sound depressing, but trust me, it's not. Okay, so step number 2, make a list of the things that matter most to you. And step number 3, take action. This is where most people fall short. Now I want you to remember something. This isn't about being negative. Now I want you to take a moment to think about all the people who have died in your life. So I want you to remember this quote. You only live once, but that doesn't mean you live only once. So I want you to take a moment to close your eyes and visualize your ideal day. And that's what Memento Mori is all about. It's about remembering that you're mortal, but it's also about remembering that you're alive.